Good morning, social media world. Today's video is the three types of trainers. The three types of trainers, folks. And essentially, this post is in no way, shape, or form meant to be, how do I put this, judgmental or condemning or anything like that. Ultimately, we need to appreciate that life is just a developmental experience, right? And wherever you choose to be with your level of skills in the world of training and presenting is ultimately up to you. Whoa, what a crazy statement to say. But here's the deal, folks. As a trainer, presenter, coach, facilitator, mentor, you've ultimately got a choice in regards to how far you want to go, how much you want to grow in regards to the results that you get. So what I mean by that is there are three categories of trainers, right? Now, the first one is ultimately they have a belief that they're going to show some PowerPoints and that their audience are automatically going to be engaged because they just want to be there. And they soon realize that that trainer, that facilitator, they get stuck in their ways and they believe that that audience and that way of teaching is the only thing that's possible, right? So they don't believe that anything else is possible in the realm of delivery, and they will often blame the learners if they're not progressing or doing or sort of getting engaged, asking questions and all of that stuff, right? Now that's the first time. They're stuck in their ways. Now that's okay. That's totally fine. There's no condemnation around that if that's the results they want. Okay, fair enough, right? That's all good. It's all fine, all right? And the second type is a type that's a little bit more experimental. Maybe they're willing to show a video, or maybe they're willing to use a whiteboard occasionally. I don't know. Maybe they're willing to tell a story here or there about something they know about, right? But still, they are going to be open to new ways, but they're going to put a cap on it, right? And they're still going to blame the learners or the audience members if something's not working, okay? Now, the third type is they are an innovator. They are creating new ways. They are creating new ways and new experiences, right? So the third type is the kind of person that's out there on a day-to-day basis thinking about training obsessively. And they are thinking, okay, why is it that when I go to this movie, I'm engaged? Why is it when I have this conversation with this person, I'm engaged or I'm bored? And they're constantly thinking about the science of engagement and how to actually make that happen. They're also very aware of the formula for engagement. They're also very aware of how people learn, and they'd love to tap into that. And the third type are ferociously curious about how to get optimal results, and they are willing to be very flexible in their delivery and their approach. They may use a slide here or there. They may bring up the whiteboard. They may use a Word document. They may use a flip chart. They've got such a variety of delivery methods, and they're ferociously curious about what's going to be the best method for the thing that they're undertaking. And what we find is the third level or the third group here, they kind of see the world a little bit differently. And they own the results they get in the training room. They own them. And they go, okay, well, that didn't work, and that's probably my fault. So next time I'm going to change it and say it like this. Or that thing that we just did, that video, that audio didn't work, and that was probably my fault for not checking, right? So there's a much higher level of self-accountability in their delivery and their focus, right? So wherever you're at is totally fine. But ultimately, you do need to ask yourself, all right, if you knew that there was a formula for engagement, which there is, I guess my question to you is, why aren't you following it? Like, you're not following it, and then you blame the learners for not being engaged. That's just like cognitive dissonance to me. But if you don't know the formula, that's totally okay. That's a different conversation, right? So you should never be condemned for not knowing the how. But if you know the how and you're not doing the how, then there's something wrong with that, right? So, because that means that ultimately you're making a decision that it's okay for your learners to be bored and for you to be bored. And I don't think anyone really enjoys a boring experience, right? So I do want to encourage everybody to step into number 3 category there of owning their results, getting curious and wondering, okay, what is the formula to engagement? How do I create my optimal learning experience for all my learners? What does it take to do that? And how many more ways can I get my learners to get hungry, to get curious, and to be wanting to be part of the experience, right? So on that note, folks, hope you get some value from the video. Hopefully you're all curious about being in level 2 and 3, of course, right? But if you do want to find out more about the formula for engagement and ways to do this, come along to my workshop in July. I would love to share more about how you can shift the dynamics from getting learners it's like an experience of like pulling teeth to an experience of getting people actually excited, actually wanting to be there, and really getting a lot of juicy experiences out of the learning experience they ever have when they're coming along to a seminar or a training or a workshop or whatever it may be. Thanks for watching, team, and we'll see you on the next one. This was the 3 types of facilitators out there. Thanks for watching, team. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.